in a very progressive manner. And for that, all dairy farmers need to be registered. Dairy farmers should maintain high standards defined and measured as specified. Farmers should document how they adhere to requirements every day through procedures, record keeping, and management practices that demonstrate they are vigilant about the requirements. Trained independent professionals need to audit each farm in person at least once every 2 years to ensure the standards are being met every day. During the alternate year, 5% of the farms can be randomly selected for a full validation, while all others are required to complete a self-declaration. We need to have the trust. Build the dairy culture of excellence to encourage continuous learning and improvement. Start where regulations finish and goes beyond what regulations require. Requirements are subject to periodic updates or refinement with input from relevant experts such as veterinarians, researchers, dairy professionals, and the farmers applying them every day. We have to build a bigger knowledge. We have to train farmers and specific experts like veterinarians on identified risk and encourage the adoption of best farm practices in the various areas. Farmers need to have access to online resources in dairy industry, including veterinarians, herd improvement specialists, and many more to continuously raise the bar on performance. Farms that do not perform well are required to prepare and implement corrective action plans to drive improvement. I also like to place before you the supply management can be a partnership between Assam Milk, Assam Hatching Eggs Producers, Assam Chicken Producers, and egg farmers of Assam. They can work together to reap the benefits of supply management, necessary to match their on-farm production with the demands. The result is high quality food produced by Assamese farmers that reduce the other states' footprint by bringing one closer to our own food. We'll have our own food. Can be a non-profit organization that represents Assam's dairy producers. Undertake a variety of activities that represents the interest of Assam's dairy producers, such as marketing, nutrition, education, transportation, and policy. Be a proud producer-driven organization. Let Assam be a proud producer-driven organization. We need a greater understanding of the potential benefits and application of the SCM, supply chain management approach, to increasing returns to smallholders. An enhanced capability for supplying produce to the higher return supermarkets and hospitality trades by increasing supply efficiency. A better identification of the real constraints to improvements in the targeted industries so that R&D activities can be implemented more effectively. An understanding of the implications of the increasing market sophistication for governments, industries, and communities at large. Selection of supply chains and personnel in locations to participate. A training of trainers workshop for staff on goods, food safety for packing houses, including packing houses, hack analysis, development of a packing house, hack manual and accreditation preparation, all are required. Now, when we talk about hack, we need to see that whether we are having provisions for hazards, we need to make analysis, the critical control and controlling of other points. TOT for staff and experienced farmers at locations on integrated pest management and farmer field schools methodology. FFFS for farmers in each supply chain we need to have. Packaging house food safety awareness for the community at each supply chain location need to be taken up. Packaging house food safety training and hack analysis for managers, staff, and farmers supplying packaging houses at location. Training in product handling and storage for retail fresh produce buyers, managers, and senior store staff of one of the supply chains should be included under different programs. This will help us in promoting rural business development and encouraging improved businesses and market orientation in small rural producers organization and support service organization. Small-scale farmers and entrepreneurs face numerous barriers that prevent them from taking full advantages of marketing opportunities. And the crux of the problem is that we are not being able to market our products. So we have to carry out in this manner. Using economic models and policies do not favor them, neither to our situation. They have little business experience and lack information on technologies, market, and prices, and receive little support in terms of training, advisory services, and credit. So here the higher educations can play a very important role. Our mission should be to promote the linkage of small farmers with growth market and motivate the adoption of conservation practices through the development of methodologies, tools, information, and models of institutional organization for establishing and strengthening rural agro enterprises and their complementary support services. Because these complementary support services will give base for many entrepreneurial activities. Currently, we can work on modules that integrate essential elements for developing rural agro enterprises, and especially emphasizing on marketing, post-harvest technology business organization, integrated agro enterprise projects organized around commodity chains and local support system, and training and strategic planning. We also say that while our direct clients can be civil society, NGOs and CBOs, community-based organizations, public sector development agencies and institutions involved in building human capital. Let us all go together to build the human capital. We can develop methodological framework based on a territorial approach to the rural business development, which will consist of 4 phases. Number 1, formation of a work team interest group and development of a common vision. Number 2, identification of market opportunities. Number 3, design of integrated agro enterprise projects that is oriented towards improving the community chain. And number 4, proposal for strengthening the local market system. Can also develop sustainable agro-enterprise initiative with rural communities that generate income and employment opportunities through diversifying and adding value to local natural resources, facilitating agro-enterprise development, ensuring its sustainability, and settling the context for extension of the approaches developed. For example, you have to identify and evaluate market opportunities for agro-enterprise development through local stakeholders' interest groups. We have to design and facilitate the implementation of agro-enterprise initiative with supply chain actors and establish a strategy and local capacity for promoting agro-enterprises and strengthening local business support services. And number 4, institutionalize the agro-enterprise development process at district, state, and national level. We need to examine contract farming arrangement also between smallholders and agribusiness farms. Contract farming helps to overcome problems of imperfect markets in developing countries. The agribusiness farms can ensure a guaranteed source of supply and reduce transaction costs. Farmers are given access to input supplies such as credit, information on new technologies, and guaranteed prices. So ultimately, what rests on us is that we have to look for the disruptive technology, and we need to have an ambience, especially in the educational institution, where entrepreneurship education is not only being taught, but is taught in the true sense, because we need to build a virtual reality of Assam tourism, which will simulate physical presence in real or imagined Assam and enable the user to interact in that Assam, in the Assam that has been simulated. We need to have an augmented reality. We can superimpose content over the real world such that the content appears to be a part of the real world scene. Develop augmented reality business opportunity. We have to develop augmented reality business opportunity. We also need to go for mixed reality, a live direct view of a physical environment with an overlay of computer generated video, graphics, audio, or GPS data that are anchored to points in the real Assam. So that people, it's not that we are not reachable to the nation, we are not reachable to the global scenario. Let us go for such realities which are in line with our system. Now, Alexa powered devices can do a vast number of things driven by app-like abilities called skills. And I have myself experienced when I visited as a NAC peer team member in Maharashtra in one of the villages. The teacher was not there, but Alexa was put in a dummy, and Alexa was able to give all the answers to the students, and the students were more satisfied with Alexa's answer than the flesh and blood teacher, in fact. So we can use Alexa for solving some of our problems also. So with a facilitating entrepreneurial environment in our institution in tune with disruptive technologies, starting from upscaling of idea generation, ecosystem with innovative ecosystem leader, biodiversity inclusive of mobile links, dairy farmers, supply management, sustainable agro enterprises, and contract farming, all are possible in this era of virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Our participants must have surely benefited from your participation, from your presentation. Ma'am, we have a few questions from the participants. Ma'am, the first question is, will the economic environment be able to provide confidence to the prospective entrepreneurs in coming future? Ma'am, that is the first question that we have from the participants. And ma'am, one more question is,
Okay.
as many people have lost in this tough time, as many people have lost their jobs, some may want to start a new business. Ma'am, what do you think how the risk capital investment concept can be applied in initiating a new startup? Ma'am, these two questions.
Yeah. The first thing is that when even the economy is shattered because of the pandemic, right? Because of the pandemic, the economy is shattered. Let it go to the rocks. It doesn't matter. But what I have been emphasizing and what I would like to reiterate again and again is that we have to see the possibilities, the plausibilities. I'm not talking about the possibilities, but the plausibilities. And this can really be through our educational institution where we create an ambience where we do not have to go physically, but we can operate it from our own houses itself. But we have to make it effective so that this economy is not shattered, and people of Assam, especially in our specific area, especially for the periphery people, we can do justice by creating an ambience. And this is what is happening in most of the colleges, but it has to come up in the true sense, not only idea generation and then having the realization of that idea, but we need to see that the support is being given, that ambience is there, the support is being given, because half the way we do not want to see people staggering behind. We do not want to see that they are coming behind. So if we have the entrepreneurship development cell, if we have the skill development cell, if we have the IPR cell, if we have the innovation and incubation cell, obviously we can give support to such type of entrepreneurs who really want to come up in their specific area. And regarding risk management, what you have just now said is that risk management, yes, of course, a lot of students and a lot of people have gone into making investment. If we really know to open up an account, in fact, that will give the leeway to having investment in different portfolios. But then you have to understand, and that need to be clarified, that need to be understood, that need to be conceived by those people who really want to go ahead with risk management. And that again can be taken care by institutions like us, institutions like the colleges, who really care for the society, for the growth of the community as a whole. Am I clear to you?
Yes, ma'am. I suppose the participants are clear with their questions. They have got their answers to their questions. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for such a nice presentation, your experience, your knowledge has really benefited our participants. Thanks a lot, ma'am. So now let us move on to our next resource person. So our second resource person for today's webinar is Dr. Borkotoki Sharma, ma'am. Dr. Sovarani, ma'am. Over
Yes.
to you, ma'am. Ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Namaskar. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Respected Jayant Gogoi, Principal, JDSG College, and HOD Kamal Gogoi, and all the members of faculties of Commerce Department, JDSG College, all the staff of JDSG College, and resource person Dr. Ajanta Buragoha Raskor. She was explained that entrepreneurship development in COVID-19, its challenges, and as a institutional organizations, how it can be taken up and how it can be spread to the society, and the entrepreneurs can be, how entrepreneurs can be built in every aspect she touched in her lecture. So I think most of the segment or most of the aspect of entrepreneurship is touched by Ajanta ma'am. So thank you, Ajanta ma'am. You are elaborately described all the things. And my dear students of JDSG College, now today, actually, in this seminar, as a resource person, I feel proud that, and I feel proud and thank all the members, team members, that you were selecting myself as a resource person for the webinar. It is a very time, and the webinar is a need of the hour, because as a Department of Commerce, you are thinking for development of entrepreneurship and its challenges and resiliences. Because in COVID, during the pandemic period in COVID-19, most of the entrepreneurs are very feel disturbed, and they're struggling for their livelihood. And at that moment, you are thinking for the revival of such entrepreneurship among the students, and make them vibrated for through your webinar. So I thank you all, and I want to present my small slide. I'm preparing very basic things regarding the COVID entrepreneurship, and during the COVID period, what are the problems and how it can be recovered. Miku, Etu? Did you see my presentation screen in?
Yes, ma'am, your presentation screen is visible.
So
It is paused. Her screen is paused.
Ma'am, we can't hear you, ma'am. Ma'am, we are not able to hear you.
You can't hear, and the screen is also paused, I think.
I think there is some problem with Sovarani, ma'am. Uh, please bear with us for some time. We are trying to reach ma'am, Sobharani ma'am. Please bear with us.
Hello, Dr. Bonoshi. Hello,
Yes, sir. Yes,
Dr.
sir.
Bonoshi.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Can we go for the next presentation?
Yes, yes,
Of
yes, sir. So we are
Soikia?
trying to
There
reach.
may be,
Okay, sir.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay. There
There's
may be
some technical problem. Yes, yes, sir.
Madam will present later on. Okay,
Okay,
please
okay.
take time.
So because there is some technical problem, Dr. Sobharani Borkakoti ma'am, Borkotoki Sharma ma'am will be presenting later on. So now we shall move forward and our special guest, Srimati Rupjuti Soikia Gogoi presentation. Rupjuti Soikia Gogoi ma'am, over to you ma'am.
Namaskar, namaskar.
Namaskar.
I am
Thank
back.
you. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes ma'am, yes ma'am. Ma'am, there was a technical problem, I think.
Yes, yes, yes.
With me, it is not. I think it is clear to hear me.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes. So I think ma'am, Rupjuti ma'am will present now. Then ma'am will move on to you. Okay, ma'am. Sovarani ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
It's good.
Yes, yes, ma'am. You can continue.
Okay, namaskar. So I am Rupjyoti Soikia Gogoi from Kaziranga. First of all, I have my heartiest regards to the principal, JDSG College, Janta Gogoi sir, and Kamal Gogoi, HOD, Commerce Department, JDSG College, and today's resource person, Dr. Janta Borghai Rajkumar ma'am, and Dr. Subharani Borkotaki ma'am, and of course, Vanasri Devi, Dr. Vanasri Devi, JDSG College. And I have special regards to Subudh Bora, Mama. So he contacted me to speak a little bit about me and my works in front of all the participants and on this today's webinar. It's very important webinar. Actually, I have learned a lot, but I'm really apologize that I entered a little bit lately, so I didn't hear our principal sir's speech, or I don't know even he has delivered his speech or not, and Kamal Gogoi sir's speech also I missed. I'm really apologize, but few sentences I will share with you people on this today's great event, because as a village lady, I am working with the village ladies in different villages in and around Kaziranga. Even I went to Arunachal also. So today's topic is that entrepreneurship amidst COVID-19 and challenges and resilience. So this topic actually it is unknown to me. What I am working, I can just share with you because I didn't study about all these things about entrepreneurship, how we have to grow, how we have to face all the resistance or all the problems. So today I'm going to say about me and my works in Kaziranga. So see, basically I work on handloom. You know, entire Northeast, the women, they know how to weave clothes. That is in their blood. So I actually tried to get a government job, and when I was refused and I came back to my tradition, I worked with village ladies in different villages. I saw the skills in them. They are very expert to cook ethnic meal. They are very expert to weave clothes. They have different types of skills. So I thought that why don't I develop their skills, and we can make it a business. And then I formed the self-help group in 2004, and since long we are working, and people, they ask me lots of questions that since long you are working in Kaziranga, but like they think that development means the tall building or luxurious cars and all. But see, entrepreneurs doesn't think about their profit only. Entrepreneurs doesn't think about their benefits only. They have to think for the social benefits, and they have to think for the community. So I answered that entrepreneurs, as an entrepreneur, I am not benefited from the all works what I am doing, but I am helping the women who doesn't have education, who have only the skills in different fields. So now see, in Kaziranga and in other villages in other states, I have seen they have the skill inborn, like they hereditarily got the skills. So now we are facing too many problems because we cannot go to collect the raw materials. Now all the women, they are facing this ongoing pandemic. They are staying inside the home. They are not able to survive also, many families. But still we have to work for them. Still we are producing our like new items. And I feel proud that some products made in Kaziranga are going to abroad. But this time, this last 2 years, we are having the problem to send products to abroad because of courier service and other problems also we are facing. But still, we are continuing our journey. And I hope that we will win one day. I'm really grateful that today you are inviting me as a guest to explain about my work, what I am doing. Nothing I have to say, that basically I work on handloom and I am continuing. Still I am facing lots of resistance from the society, from government, because Ajanta ma'am, she has touched every aspect. Nothing she left behind. Every single point she has explained nicely. I am benefited from her speech, and she is explaining about the threatened to grow entrepreneurship. She has explained about uncertainty. So I am very much benefited from her speech, and I will listen to Subha ma'am also. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak these few sentences in front of you. Thank you all.
Thank you, Lobjiti. God bless you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your experiences with us. Now, we shall move forward to Dr. Sobharani Borkotaki Sharma, ma'am. Ma'am?
Yes. Sorry
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, it's all
for
right,
my
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
disruption. Now we move to the second slide, that pandemic and entrepreneurship. World was completely changed due to outbreak of COVID-19. India, having highest populated country with minimum health facilities, was very problematic. Most of the people living outside the country became jobless there. Within the country, the situation became more pathetic. To curb the situation, the central government declared the phase-wise lockdown and the total lockdown to partial lockdown, depending on the situation. From July 2020 onwards, the first wave COVID-19 was settled, but again from February 2021, the second wave COVID-19 came, and in this time, the government also to think how to tackle the situation. Most of the business houses are closed forever. people are not going outside for job, paucity of fund to make up the loss during pandemic, entrepreneurs depressed and confused what to do or not, how to revive their business, alternative for livelihood. So at the time, the entrepreneurs are very much confused and depressed. All the things are previously Ajanta ma'am has clearly defined, but in simple way, the students can see that due to pandemic, how the business houses are affected, what are the main causes of this affected, this fall down of the business in our country. Goldman Sachs survey, 50% of the business owners said they did not think they could continue business operations more than 3 months. Many of them have employees that they are trying to protect and reassure the momental task when they themselves are struggling to with burnout. So the challenges during COVID-19 and due to COVID-19, most of the entrepreneurs actually they are confused and they are depressed. So they are delay in decision. So delay in decision. Situation, entrepreneur must take actually quick decision what to do. But in real sense, due to overthinking, the business owner or family members are not able to take decision at the right time. So because of many problems they had to face newly. And so if we do not take the decision at the right time in the right way, so then we are to lose the opportunities. So that the quick decision or right decision is very important for an entrepreneurs. So this is the main challenges for the entrepreneurs. Keeping up with the legislation. During the pandemic period, the regulation, government also changed the regulation. Government also gave new, entrepreneurs will have to change their decision to adopt the situation. Government will pass new bill, act or regulations to sustain the economy. So the people must be aware of that policy, law and regulations modifications. We can see that from time to time, the finance minister also announced the different policies and different packages for the entrepreneur. So the entrepreneur must know all the things, what are the changes going out and what are the benefits they can take immediately if they implement or if they give some proposals to the government. So third point, finding balance and healthy mindset. That this is also the problem, challenges before entrepreneur. Fear, anxiety, hopelessness. We all are experiencing a lot intense emotions during these ever-evolving times. And entrepreneurs are no exception to this. To make it worse, there's an additional level of stress as they are trying to do best by their employees and customers. The more we are able to find inner calm during this crisis, the better we are able to make decisions and lead our business. If we are innerly, our mindset is healthy, or we are calm from inner mindset, then we can take a good decision at a good time. So we must take the balance of our mind, intellect, and body. So it is very necessary for an entrepreneur in the period of crisis period to take decisions with a healthy mind. Dealing with information overload. Sometimes information is also overloaded. And now, at the time of now we find that information overload is very real thing that occurs when there is too much relevant information being disseminated at the same time. When there is information surplus, we tend to miss out the important that we are getting the information from real source or not. We are to think very we are to decide with a cool mind. So information overloading is also another problem for entrepreneur, what to do and what not to do, what to decide or what not to decide. So we must be in our mindset so that we can take good decision. Selecting the right focus. The scale of this crisis is unprecedented, but there is a silver lining. Eventually, we will come out with a better sense of personal empowerment and increasing connection to our community, all of which will be advantages for our business in the future. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay. So these 5 major challenges the entrepreneurship entrepreneur has to face, but we have to see the COVID-19 pandemic creates some problems, creates some threats to the entrepreneur, opportunities also. We are to, as entrepreneur, we must try to know how this threat can be turned into opportunity. So some emerging opportunities are also there for entrepreneur. So resilience and entrepreneurship. So we can start up emerging new drivers of economic growth for job creation, catalyst for radical innovation such as adopting commercial product, COVID-19 trackers, remote patient monitoring, and remote consultation tools, introducing no-contact food delivery, online learning, and entertainment, etc. From our practical point of view, we cannot expect that. Previously, we always say that say to students that a mobile should not bring to the college. No mobile should be used in the college. So that was our announcement regarding the students. But during pandemic, we himself or herself, we have to say that through online procedure or through apps, WhatsApp, or through online apps, we are to Google Meet or Zoom, we are to attend online classes. So e-learning is so easy now that we cannot think that once we are taking delivering the order that mobile should not take it, as they are being mobile to the college, and it is ring in the examination hall or some college campus, then the principal will take the student union secretary will took him to the principal that he is or she is bring mobile learning or e-learning is very good, and everything is possible now in through a Android mobile. Positive side of COVID-19, and that we can start up new businesses through online basis. So encouraging resiliences to give the entrepreneurs some support, short-term financial needs for existing startup, such as a loan guarantee, direct lending grant or subsidies, etc. Ensuring funding availability at all stages, from inception of the business to the distribution of the product, in all different stages. The entrepreneurs should be support should be given during the pandemic period. Raise awarenesses about exercising measures and support which are being provided by the government or other agencies to start up. Support R&D and award prizes for radical innovations to help to tackle the crisis. A crisis, যিটো ৰিচাৰ্চ এণ্ড ডেভেলপমেণ্টৰ ছাপোৰ্ট নিয়মমতে দিব লাগে, সেই ছাপোৰ্টটো তেওঁলোকক দিব লাগিব যাতে তেওঁলোকে তেওঁলোকৰ নতুনকৈ আৰম্ভ কৰা ব্যৱসায়টোত যিটো ধৰণৰ সাপোর্ট মানে সহাৰি পাব লাগে মানুহৰ পৰা বা কাস্টমাৰৰ পৰা হেতু যদি তেওঁলোকে নেপায় তেতিয়াহলে তেওঁলোকে নিশ্চয় মানে আৰু বেছি হতাশ হৈ যাব পাৰে গতিকে তেওঁলোকক R&D সাপোর্টটো ৰিসার্চ এন্ড ডেভেলপমেন্টৰ সাপোর্টটো সকলো ধৰণে দিব লাগে আৰু যদি কোনোবা গভৰ্ণমেণ্টৰ ফালৰ পৰা তেওঁলোকে যদি কোনোবা পিছপৰা অঞ্চলত তেনেকুৱা এটা ব্যৱসায় কৰিছে তেনেকুৱা ধৰণে তেওঁ কিবা পুৰস্কাৰ যদি পুৰস্কৃত কৰিব পাৰে তেওঁৰ সেই নতুন ইনোভেশনটোৰ কাৰণে তেতিয়াহলে তেওঁ নিশ্চয় সেই কামখিনি কৰিবৰ কাৰণে যথেষ্ট উৎসাহ পাব আমাৰ অসমতে আমি উদ্ধৱ ভৰালীৰ নাম ল'ব পাৰো আৰু পিজুছ জেনৰ কথাও আমি ক'ব পাৰো জাৰ্মান নিচিনা ঠাইত পিজুছ জেন গৈ যেতিয়া তেওঁ এটা হিয়াৰিং এইডছৰ কোম্পানীত কাম কৰিছিল তেওঁ যেটো হিয়াৰিং এইডছ তেওঁলোকে বনাইছিল জাৰ্মানত সেই হিয়াৰিং এইডছটো তেতিয়া মাৰ্কেটিঙৰ কাৰণে পঠায় তেতিয়া পিজুছ জেনে নিজে ভাবিছিল এটো যদি মই তাৰ পিজুছ জেনৰ মাকো কানেৰে নুশুনা আছিল আচলতে এটো যদি মই মোৰ মাক পিন্ধিবলৈ দিও মায়ে কেতিয়াও নিপিন্ধে কাৰণ সেইটো পিন্ধাৰ লগে লগে মাৰ মুখখন দেখিবলৈ খুবেই বেয়া লাগিব গতিকে মায়ে হেতু কেতিয়াও নিপিন্ধে সি ভিতৰি ভাবিলে যে সেই বস্তুটোক ইনোভেশন এটা কৰি কেনেকৈ মানে মানুহগৰাকী হেতু পিন্ধাৰ লগে লগে ধুনিয়াও দেখি থাকিব লাগিব আৰু কামটো হ'ব লাগিব সি তেনেকুৱা ধৰণে লাগি বস্তুটো এনেকুৱা ধৰণে বনালে যে মানে এইডছটো যদি কানত লৈ থাকে বাহিৰৰ পৰা মানুহ এজনে নকলে গম নাপায় যে তেওঁ হিয়াৰিং এইডছ লৈ আছে তাৰ পিছত যেতিয়া তেওঁ হেতু ইনোভেট কৰি প্লাই দিলে কোম্পানীত আৰু সেই বস্তুটো যেতিয়া ইন্ডিয়ালে আহিলে আৰু সি নিজৰ মাকলে এটা লৈ আহিছে মাকে তেতিয়া পিন্ধি প্লাই নিজকে আইনাখনত চাইছে যে সঁচাকৈ বৰ ধুনিয়া হৈছে মই এটো ল'ব পাৰো তই যে আনি দিছ এটো মই লম তাৰমানে গতিকে তাৰ সেই বস্তুটোৰ পৰা কোম্পানীটোৱে ভাৰতত হাইয়েষ্ট এই হিয়াৰিং এইডছ বিক্ৰী কৰিছে কাৰণ তাৰ সেই সিম্পল ইনোভেশনটোৰ কাৰণে ভাৰতে তাত সেই হিয়াৰিং এইডছটো ল'বলৈ মানে ইচ্ছা প্ৰকাশ কৰাৰ কাৰণে কোম্পানীটো তাক বহুত ধৰণে ওপৰলৈ লৈ গৈছে গতিকে একোটা প্ৰত্যেকজন ব্যক্তিৰে কিছুমান সৃষ্টিশীল মন এটা আছে আৰু সেই সৃষ্টিশীল মনটোৱে যেতিয়া নতুন এটা বস্তু সৃষ্টি কৰে বাহিৰত হওক বা আমাৰ ভাৰততে হওক সেই বস্তুটোৰ পৰা তেওঁ যেটো সমাজত আদৰ পায় বা সেই বস্তুটোৰ পৰা সমাজৰ যেটো উপকাৰ হয় সেইটোৱে আচলতে এন্টাৰপ্ৰেনিয়ৰজনক বহুত ধৰণৰ আত্মবিশ্বাস দিয়ে আৰু বহুত ধৰণেৰে সহায় কৰে আৰু যেটো আমি এটা ৰূপজ্যোতি বাইদেউৰ কথা ক'ব পাৰো জ্যোতিক JDSG কলেজত পঢ়ি প্লাই আজি ইমান দিনে আত্মসহায়ক গোট চলাই কাজিৰঙা নিচিনা ঠাইত ব্যৱসায় কৰি আছে যিখিনি অশিক্ষিত মানুহৰ মাজত তেওঁ কাম কৰিছে সেই মানুহখিনিয়ে যেটো শিক্ষাৰ পোহৰ পাইছে বা তেওঁলোকে যেটো ইনকাম অৰ্থনৈতিকভাৱে সহায় পাইছে সেইটো সঁচাকৈ সমাজখনৰ কাৰণে বৰ আদৰণীয় কথা আৰু ৰূপজ্যোতি গগৈ সেইখিনি নিজে proud অনুভৱ কৰে যে proud feel কৰে যে we are doing for the society and we are working with the laymen in the society who does not know anything about the business anything about the ABC of the business so তেনেকুৱা ধৰণেৰে আমি যদি সাপোৰ্ট দিও এন্টাৰপ্ৰেনিয়ৰ বিলাকক তেতিয়াহলে নিশ্চয় আমি এখন মহাবিদ্যালয়ৰ ফালৰ পৰা আমি বহুত ছাত্ৰ ছাত্ৰীক বিশেষকৈ কমাৰ্চ পঢ়া বহুত ছাত্ৰ ছাত্ৰীক আমি এই জব সিকাৰ নোহোৱাকে জব ক্ৰিয়েট কৰিব পৰাকে আমি কাম কৰিব পাৰো প্ৰমোটিং এন্টাৰপ্ৰেনিয়ৰ ট্ৰেইনিং ফেচিলিটেট এণ্ড আনএমপ্লয়মেন্ট টু এন্টাৰপ্ৰেনিয়ৰ ট্ৰানজিশন এজন নিবনুৱা যুৱকক এন্টাৰপ্ৰেনিয়ৰলে ট্ৰানজিশনটো কৰা সেই পৰিৱৰ্তন কৰাৰ যেটো প্ৰয়াস সেইটো এখন বিদ্যালয় বা মহাবিদ্যালয়তে কৰিব লাগিব গতিকে আজিৰ এই পৰিস্থিতিত আপোনালোকে যিখন সেমিনাৰ পাতিছে ওয়েবিনাৰ পাতিলে এটো সঁচাকৈ অতি সময়োপযোগী আৰু আমাৰ প্ৰত্যেকৰে কাৰণে প্ৰয়োজন কিয়নো আমাৰ যিসকল ব্যক্তিয়ে বৰ্তমান চাকৰি নাই বুলি ৰৈ আছে বা যিখিনি ষ্টুডেণ্টে ভাবিছে আমি পঢ়ি কি কৰিম অনলাইন এক্সাম দিয়াৰ পিছত আমি কি কৰিম সেই ব্যক্তিখিনিক যদি আমি একজন এন্টাৰপ্ৰেনিয়ৰলে পৰিৱৰ্তন কৰিব পাৰো থ্ৰু ট্ৰেইনিং সফট স্কিল ট্ৰেইনিং হওক বা অন্য ধৰণৰ ট্ৰেইনিং হওক একোখন সাৰ্টিফিকেট তেনেকুৱাকৈ যদি আমি তুলি দিব পাৰো যিখনৰ যোগেদি তেওঁলোকে সেই কামটো কৰিবলৈ সক্ষম হ'ব বা কিবা এটা নতুন চিন্তা চৰ্চা কৰিবৰ কাৰণে তেওঁলোক আগবাঢ়ি আহিব তেনেকুৱা এটা যদি কৰিব পাৰো তেতিয়াহলে নিশ্চয় আমাৰ এই উচ্চ শিক্ষাৰ অনুষ্ঠানবিলাকৰ বোধগম্য বা তেওঁলোকৰ যেটো এক্সিষ্টেন্স সেই এক্সিষ্টেন্সটো আৰু অকমান ষ্ট্ৰং হ'ব প্ৰমোট ইণ্ডাষ্ট্ৰি ইনষ্টিটিউচন কোলাবৰেচন আমি ইণ্ডাষ্ট্ৰি আৰু ইনষ্টিটিউচনৰ লগত যেটো কোলাবৰেট হেতু কোলাবৰেচনটো ৰাখিব লাগিব নেটৱৰ্ক ডেভেলপমেন্ট যেটো অজন্তা বাইদেউ কৈ গৈছে যে নেটৱৰ্ক ডেভেলপমেন্ট ইনক্লুডিং দোজ লিংকিং জব সিকাৰ্স এণ্ড ষ্টাৰ্টআপ এণ্ড ইন্টাৰনেশ্যনেল মাৰ্কেট টু সো সেই গুটেই কামখিনি আমি কৰিব লাগিব আৰু গাইডেন্স কোচিং এণ্ড মেন্টৰিং for maintaining startup ecosystem at par. গতিকে গোটেই কথাখিনি ঠিক কৰি ৰাখিবৰ কাৰণে আমি প্ৰথমতে গাইডেন্স দিব লাগিব, তাৰপিছত কোচিং, তাৰপিছতে মেন্টৰিং, তেওঁলোকক মেন্টৰিং কৰিব লাগিব যাতে তেওঁলোকে এই সিচুৱেশ্যন বিলাক বিভিন্ন ধৰণৰ অড সিচুৱেশ্যন বিলাক হওক বা তেওঁলোকৰ কাৰণে ইভিন সিচুৱেশ্যন হওক, এই দুইটা সিচুৱেশ্যনত তেওঁলোক যাতে নিজৰ স্থিতিটোক নেহেৰুৱাকে থাকিব পাৰে, তেনেকুৱা এটা পৰিস্থিতিত তেওঁলোকক ৰাখিব পৰাটোৱে এখন শিক্ষানুষ্ঠানৰ বা একোজন সমাজৰ সুস্থিৰ ব্যক্তিৰ একোটা দায়িত্ব। গতিকে আমি এজন শিক্ষক হিচাপে আমি নিশ্চয় আমাৰ ছাত্ৰ ছাত্ৰীসকলৰ বাবে কৰণীয় বহুত আছে, সমাজখনৰ বাবে কৰণীয় বহুত আছে। গতিকে মই এই সুন্দৰ সুযোগটোত আপোনালোকে সুন্দৰকৈ আমাক এই সুবিধাটো দিয়াৰ বাবে মই আপোনালোকক ধন্যবাদ জনাইছো, কৃতজ্ঞতা জনাইছো। কাৰণ ঠিক এডমিনিষ্ট্ৰেশ্যনত থকাৰ 16 বছৰ থকাৰ পিছত সঁচাকৈয়ে মোৰ এই একাডেমিক লাইনটোত প্ৰেজেন্টেশ্যন বা এইবিলাক বনোৱাটো মোৰ কাৰণে বৰ দুৰূহ কামৰ নিচিনা আছিল। গতিকে বহুত প্ৰয়াস কৰিছো, চেষ্টা কৰিছো যাতে আকৌ এইটো লাইনত আহিব পাৰো। গতিকে মই জয়ন্তক মোৰ কোৰ অফ দ্য হাৰ্ট মই মানে থেংকছ দিছো যে মোক এটলিষ্ট ৰিচোৰ্চ পাৰ্চন বুলি মাতিলে, যাৰ কাৰণে মই হয়তো মোৰ টেকনিকেল যিবিলাক নলেজ নাই তেনেকুৱাবিলাকতো মই অকণমান হাত ফুৰাবলগীয়া হৈছে বা মই কথাখিনি ক'বলৈ আগবাঢ়িবলগীয়া হৈছে। মই আশা ৰাখিছোঁ মোৰ ষ্টুডেণ্টবিলাকে নিশ্চয় এই এণ্টাৰপ্ৰিনিয়ৰ কি বা COVID-19ত এণ্টাৰপ্ৰিনিয়ৰশ্বিপ কেনেকৈ ডেভেলপ কৰিব পাৰি, বোকাখাটৰ নিচিনা ঠাইত য'ত পৰ্যটনৰ এটা সুন্দৰ উদ্যোগ আছে, তেনেকুৱা এটা ঠাইত পৰ্যটনৰ এইখিনি চলাই যাব পৰাকৈ বেলেগ ধৰণে কি উদ্যোগত আমি নতুনকৈ আৰম্ভ কৰিব পাৰো। অজন্তা বাইদেৱে কোৱা দৰে ডায়েৰী ফাৰ্মৰ কথা ক'লে, বিভিন্ন ধৰণৰ কথা ক'লে প্ৰত্যেকটো দিশত। গতিকে মই আশা ৰাখিছোঁ তোমালোক সকলোৱে এই কথাখিনিৰ পৰা আমাৰ অকমানো যদি 2-4টা ল'ৰাই যদি কথাখিনি বোধগম্য কৰি সমাজৰ কাৰণে ওলাই আহিব পাৰে, তেতিয়াহ'লে নিশ্চয় এই ৱেবিনাৰখনত আমি প্ৰেজেণ্ট থকাটো সাৰ্থক হ'ব। মই JDSG কলেজৰ উত্তৰ উন্নতি কামনা কৰি মোক আকৌ ৰিচোৰ্চ পাৰ্চন হিচাপে মতাৰ কাৰণে মই ধন্যবাদ আৰু কৃতজ্ঞতা জনাই অজন্তা আৰু ৰূপজ্যোতিক মোৰ ধন্যবাদ জনাই মই মোৰ বক্তব্য সামৰণি মাৰিছো।
Thank you, Shobha Baidu.
Welcome.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for your efforts as well as for your enlightened speech. Our participants must have surely been benefited. So one important announcement for our participants, the feedback link will be available in chat box. The feedback link will be available in the chat box, and the link will be valid for next 15 to 20 minutes. In case you all face any problem, then you please contact us. You can contact through the WhatsApp group. You can send messages through the WhatsApp group. So please click on the feedback link and then please submit your feedback for this webinar. So now we are coming almost to the end of our webinar, and now I would like to invite Dr. Anjali Devi, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, JDSG College, to deliver the vote of thanks. Anjali, over to you.
Thank you, Vanashripa. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, thank you. Good evening to one and all present here. I, Dr. Anjali Devi, on behalf of Department of Commerce, JDSG College, Bokaghat, feel immense pleasure to take this opportunity to propose the vote of thanks to our respected principal, Dr. Jayanta Gogoi sir, for encouraging us and providing us the opportunity to organize such a beautiful event. Thank you, sir. I would like to extend my hearty thanks to our respected Head of the Department of Commerce, Mr. Kamal Gogoi sir, for his unfaltering support and confidence in us. Thank you, sir. I would further extend my sincere regards and gratitude to our eminent resource persons who spared their valuable time from their busy schedule to grace this webinar with the extremely relevant address, Entrepreneurship Amidst Covid-19, Challenges and Resilience. I express my sincere thanks to Professor Ajanta Borgohai Rajkor ma'am, Professor, Department of Commerce, Dibrugarh University, for her thought-provoking insights on the role of entrepreneurship in the country and giving us such an informative session. Thank you so much, ma'am. I also want to extend my profound gratitude to Dr. Sobharani Borkotaki Sarma ma'am, ex-principal, Jayagogoi College, Khumtai, Golaghat, for sharing her valuable knowledge with us and giving us a wonderful session. Thank you so much, ma'am. I further want to convey my thanks to Srimati Rupjyoti Soikia Gogoi ma'am for presenting the real scenario of entrepreneurship by sharing her great experiences in this field. Thank you so much, ma'am. My deep sense of appreciation and thanks to all the participants who chose to be live with us and attended this webinar with great enthusiasm and made it a successful event. Thank you so much. Last but not the least, I would like to thank all the faculties of JDSG College Bukaghat for all the support and cooperation. Again, thank you everyone for being with us in this evening. Have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Anjali. Dr. Anjali, thank you so much.
You're most welcome, ma'am. Thank you so
Anjali
much.
ma'am, thank you.
Thank you, thank you. You're most
Thank
welcome,
you.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.